Scott here. I've put a video together on how I did a conversion from the standard lead acid battery in my C-Class sedan to a lithium phosphate battery. Now the lithium batteries are the new technology, and that's the way batteries are going, and I'd say give it 5 years or so and all cars will have lithium phosphate style batteries. Here is the standard lead acid battery that I removed a little while ago, and it weighs 26 kilograms. That's a lot of weight to have swinging around about half a metre behind the rear axle. Here's the replacement lithium phosphate battery, weighs about 2.3 kilograms, so it's about 1/10 of the weight of the lead acid battery. It's unbelievable. These batteries last about 5 times longer than the lead acid battery. They cost about twice the amount, so this is around $250 to replace. That's using a non-Mercedes battery. These are about $520. So as far as unit cost goes, or cost per year, it's much cheaper with one of these. Also, this puts out more cold cranking amps than that. That one's about 750 to 780 cold cranking amps. That's 800. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs, and hopefully you'll find this video very helpful. Okay, the battery in the C-Class is in the trunk, so you'll find there's a little handle here which you can lift up, and then you can lift the entire base of the trunk, and it clips there conveniently, and there we have the battery. And that thing is enormous. You need 10mm socket to undo the terminals here and here. And you need a 13mm socket to undo the clamp at the base of the battery. So once you remove that 13mm nut, you can just lift this clamp off. Ready to remove this. Now remember, it's very, very heavy, so watch your back. There's usually 2 handles on it, so you need to slide it back a little bit. There's the vent tube, and then just lift it up. So there's the void created after removing the battery. So the top of the battery actually forms the substrate for the floor here. So in replacing this this giant lead acid battery with a lithium battery, we need to make a box the same size as the battery to sit inside this space here. So as you can see, I've given this a good clean out. There was a bit of corrosion around because the old battery was leaking, so I sluiced it out with water and dried it with a heat gun, so there's a little bit of paint missing there where it's corroded off, so I'm going to put a bit of rust-proof paint over that. Okay, look at the difference between these two batteries. the standard lead acid battery, 26 kilograms, and here's my new lithium phosphate battery, about 2.4 kilograms. So here's the box that I prepared earlier. So what I've done is I've just made a box the same dimensions as the original lead acid battery. I used 9mm MDF, and I've used PVA wood glue and screws to put it all together so it's nice and robust. And then I made a lid which sits on there like that, so that will form the base underneath the floor mat in the trunk. So I've made a compartment at one end here, which is where the lithium battery will sit. So that'll just sit in there nicely. And I'm going to have to do some little cutouts here for the cables. So I'll work out how to do that. And I've also got some beading here, so I can glue and screw some beading on the bottom there, which will allow me to clamp it into the existing brackets in the battery holder. As far as preparing this to put into the vehicle, the battery comes with aluminium posts, and there's 4 of them. So it gives you a lot of options. It's a generic battery, I guess. So you can, there's caps on the other ones here, so when you work out which ones you want to use, you just store the caps on the 2 that you aren't using. So it just gives you a lot of scope to position the battery. There, so you've got, that's your negative side, so you've got two on that end, and there's 2 on the positive end. Now the aluminium posts have a 6mm threaded hole, so the battery comes with some small screws, but to make it easier you just need to buy some of these. Now these are alloy battery terminal posts that you can pick up off eBay quite easily, not very expensive. These particular ones I actually made them myself using my mini lathe, but as you can see, I've got a 6mm hole through there, and I can just bolt the posts on and then put the standard terminal, just clamp it on there as if it was a normal battery. So that's what I'd suggest you do. You just buy yourself some of these battery terminals. So the handy thing about this setup is I've now got a convenient storage chamber here underneath the trunk carpet. So that's quite a handy compartment there. You could put jumper leads in there, or some tools, or whatever you want to carry around. And of course this lid's going to keep it all in there securely. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this with Plasti-Dip spray, which is the the rubberized coating, because MDF absorbs water. So when it absorbs water, it causes the MDF to swell up. All the glues dissolve. So I'll spray it with Plasti-Dip just to protect it in case I ever spilt anything in the trunk. And before I do that, I'll put those little beads on the side. So I'm just working out now where to put these cutouts. So here's the positive terminal. So I'm going to use this positive block here. So I'm going to make a cutout at the same height as the battery, just here, like that. And I've got got a lot more scope with the negative side, but I'll make a cutout here to pass this cable through, and that will bolt on onto there like that, I think. So I may even have to make a cutout. Yeah, I will. I'll have to make a cutout here at the same height as the battery. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen the earth cable connection here and spin it around 180 degrees. Like that, just to give me a little bit more room. So I've made the cutouts. So the positive is going to go there, like that. So I'll put the cap on the one that I won't be using. That goes there. And then the negative terminal is going to go like that. So I'll put this cap on the surplus one over there. So I'm about right now to actually paint this with plastic dip. So here's the NDF box that I've given it a couple of coats of plastic dip. Let's prepare this battery for installation. So these are aluminium terminals. I'll just give them a little bit of a clean with some emery cloth. I'm just going to put a small amount of Loctite on the M6 bolts. So here's the completed project. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's my new battery mounted in the box that I made, and fits perfectly into the bracket. And got this handy compartment here to store various things. And there's the battery, and I've put just put some foam down the side there just to you know, stop it from rattling. And it works really well. And this storage compartment's going to be very handy for putting bits and pieces in.